operation of Germany's elite KSK commandos.
Intelligence documents suggest that special forces from NATO countries have been operating in Ukraine.
Everybody can be a soldier, but not everyone can be in the Special Forces. This saying is not even a joke. Why do you think Special Operations Forces units are called elite warriors then? These forces recruit and train highly skilled warriors who are capable of undertaking high-risk missions under the shadows. They protect a country's interest by combating terrorism, countering insurgency, executing hostage rescues, and more. These epitome of military excellence are categorized differently in various countries, but regardless of what you call them in your country, they all highlight tactical prowess and unparalleled courage. This is why compiling a list of top elite special forces in the world would always be met with allegations of leaving out a group. But we'll try. This is the countdown of the most elite special forces in the world. We start with Delta Force, USA. Does it ring a bell? You must have heard a familiar name in action movies, but no matter what the representation of this force is, it can never truly paint the real picture of Delta Force. This force was formed in the dawn of numerous well-publicized terrorist incidents in the 1970s. At the time, there was an increase in terrorist activities all around the world, and of course there was a need to counter terrorism, which is why the US government decided to create the Delta Force. Even if you have never experienced a terrorist attack, you must have read about it in the news or seen a movie that depicts this evil force. Terrorists are brutal, and therefore scary. Now you know just anybody can't be in the Special Force. The roles of Delta Force also include hostage rescue from terrorists, guarding VIPs closely, and unconventional warfare. Since inception, Delta has become a master at the dark arts of counterterrorism. These warriors are highly skilled in sniping, close-quarters combat, dynamic and covert entry, explosives, and hand-to-hand combat. Over the years, Delta has developed a working knowledge of systems on aircraft, trains, ships, and vehicles that enable them to function properly anytime and in any scenario. And even with all that they know, they still keep themselves in shape and up to date with various exercises and training. They are always on immediate standby to respond to any terrorist threat. One of the most recent notable operations is the 2015 Abu Sayyaf case. On Saturday, May 16, 2015, a Delta Force team carried out a daring raid into Syria. The aim was to kill or capture a major Islamic State, IS, financier known as Abu Sayyaf, who was believed to have facilitated the funding of IS campaigns in Syria and Iraq. Abu Sayyaf was holed up in a building that needed to be infiltrated. On getting there, Delta reportedly used explosives to blow an entry wall through the target building's wall. And of course, they were met with fanatical IS jihadists armed with dangerous weapons. But despite the intense firefight, there were no casualties on the troops' side. At least 12 jihadists were killed, including Abu Sayyaf. This case is just one of many that this special force has handled. Next, we look at Alpha Group, Russia. In 1974, Alpha Group was created under the leadership of Yuri Andropov, the chairman of the KGB at the time, as KGB Alpha Group. The unit was formed with just 30 highly skilled and educated individuals. Initially, the unit focused on aircraft hijackings, but later it was expanded to encompass a range of counterterrorism functions, including site security and mine clearing. One of the most heroic and tragic cases handled by the Alpha Group is the Beslan school siege. On September 1st, 2004, about 32 terrorists seized a school in the town of Beslan in North Ossetia. 1,128 people, most of whom were children, became hostages and were kept in unbearable and cruel conditions. On the third day of the siege, things took a turn for the worse when several explosions suddenly shook the school walls. The hostages saw the holes in the walls as an opportunity to flee, but this plan didn't have a happy ending. The Alpha Group was ordered to assist the civilians, but before the blink of an eye, the terrorists were already shooting at the fleeing hostages, and some officers were shielding them with their bodies. There was a fierce battle in every nook and cranny of the school building, with Alpha fighters and the rest of the troops sacrificing themselves to save the lives of the children and teachers. Unfortunately, they could not save all of them, as over 300 civilians were lost in the battle. 31 of the terrorists were eliminated, and the last one was taken alive. Guigen, France. In English, the GIGN is known as the National Gendarmerie Intervention Group, but it is widely known as GIGN, which is a French acronym of Groupe d'Intervention de la Gendarmerie Nationale. It is the elite tactical unit of France's National Gendarmerie established in the aftermath of the Munich massacre at the 1972 Summer Olympics. Over the years, the GIGN has greatly evolved into a highly specialized and reputed unit, globally renowned for its operational capabilities. The GIGN has set the standard for excellence in tactical response and therefore is widely regarded as one of the best special weapons and tactics, SWAT teams. The GIGN is well equipped with firearms and equipment and is always ready to tackle any threat in any environment. Their terrifying arsenal includes assault rifles, submachine guns, riot shotguns, sniper rifles, riot guns, smoke grenades, stun grenades, and stinger grenades. Furthermore, what are GIGN operatives without their specialized equipment such as body armor, ballistic shields, entry tools, armored vehicles, thermal and night vision devices, fiberscope cameras, and motion detectors? Just like other special forces, the GIGN targets individuals with exceptional physical and mental abilities. And if you thought SAS's 5 months of training is too much, the GIGN candidates for through a grueling 14-month training program for those who make it through a 1-week pre-selection process. They are trained in different skills, which include parachuting, diving, weapon handling, and negotiation. Only about 7 to 8% of the candidates make it through the process. The GIGN is not new to the game. They have carried out more than 1,800 missions, but many of their earlier operations are unknown because their existence is not being publicized. But let's talk about one of the older notable operations, the 1976 Loyada hostage rescue mission. It occurred in the African nation of Djibouti, where 4 Front de Libération de la Côte des Somalis, FCLS militants, took 31 French children hostage. The militants did this to secure the release of their captured comrades, and if they planned to fail, they planned to kill the children. The GIGN in France and the French Foreign Legion who were in the vicinity were tasked with saving the hostages. In response, a GIGN team of 9 snipers, led by the founder of the GIGN Prutot, took up positions and launched an assault. Although they killed all the militants, gunfire killed a child. This was one of their earliest missions, and the first to be carried out outside of France. Thanks for watching. While you are here, click the video on the screen to watch more amazing content.